Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I wanted to come and talk about a manifesting technique that worked pretty well for me. Now, this is YouTube. We know there are a billion and one different videos on how you can manifest something that you desire. The reason I wanted to come and talk about my experience is because it worked and it seems simple enough. A lot of times we're exposed to different techniques, things that are, foolproof, but for whatever reason, we can't get it to go for us. So this is a technique that is going to be helpful if you need what you need, you want what you want, and there's a deadline. I'm going to insert some pictures as proof. Now, we know that there's nothing new under the sun. This is a technique that I saw someone describing here on YouTube, and I never had a chance to try it, but I actually tried it earlier in the week. I'm helping a family member file for bankruptcy, and part of the process included compiling some bank statements, bank documents. We get to the appointment, and he does not have all the documents needed. They did let us know that you had to be at the initial appointment for the signing. If you did not come to the appointment, there was going to be a fine. If you show up and you don't have all the documentation needed, there's a fine. If you must reschedule for some reason, there's a fine. So clearly, if someone is filing for, well, maybe not so much clearly, but generally speaking, if someone is filing for bankruptcy, a regular person, they don't have money, hundreds of dollars for excessive fines. So needless to say, he didn't have the documents needed, and I did not want him to have to incur these fines. Let me tell you about the technique. So you're in this jam, you automatically know what it is that you want, so you're going to be focusing your attention on what it is that you want as opposed to allowing your mind to begin to spin out so that your attention is actually going to what it is that you don't want. That's the key to manifesting anything, is you need to be aligned with and energetically aligned with that desired outcome. So you know what you want. In our case, what we want is to have things work out in a way that these fines can be avoided. We want the proceedings to go as smoothly as possible. So what I did was I began to think of some possible solutions to resolve the problem. So to recap, this manifesting technique has a few different parts, and this is going to be most helpful when you're on a deadline. The steps for this technique are: identify the feelings of the desired result. Think of 2 or 3 different possibilities how you could arrive at this feeling. What are some possible outcomes? What are some different things that could possibly happen to where you end up feeling the way you want to feel? In my case, the feeling I was after was a feeling of relief, a feeling of gratitude, a feeling of peace, a feeling of happiness and contentment. And that's what I got. So I thought, well, what are some different ways, what could possibly happen to where I end up feeling peace and contentment and satisfaction and gratitude? So think of 2 or 3 different possible ways for you to come about this feeling. Feel those feelings so that you can get into that alignment. Let it go. Take the necessary action. Take the necessary actions in faith that things are going to work out for you, and go about your business. And let me know what happens.